Hello and welcome to Rising with RLP. I am your host, Tammy, the owner and founder of RLP Holistic Wellness. A meditation master teacher, accredited trainer, self-love and self-discovery speaker, as well as shamanic energy healer. And what you're about to hear is the first season of our podcast. I've never done anything like this before, but I think it's time that we try it out. Season 1 is going to be my favorite topic. And also, it's near and dear to me because it's the name of my first online summit that I did. We are the Divine Femme. And you're about to hear some stories from 11 amazing women that are ready to share, ready to be open, and ready to be vulnerable. Not only will this help them in their growth journey, but this also may help you in your growth journey or help you to get through a situation. So get ready, sit back, relax, maybe grab the popcorn, some wine, tea or coffee, and sit with an open mind. Have a beautiful night. Happy healing. Hey, welcome to Rising with RLP. I am your host, Tammy, and I just want to say, hey, we made it to episode 2. Follow your dreams. And I am so excited to introduce you to today's guest. She's one of my favorite ladies, Laura. A mom, she's an author, she's a dream interpretator with over 20 years of dream interpretator experience. That's a lot. She is also a certified tarot reader. And tonight, you're going to hear about Laura and following her own dreams. And how, in following her own dreams, she crafted a book with a simple method for you to interpret your own dreams. So sit back, relax, get that coffee, that tea, that wine, and just enjoy. Laura, I want to thank you for joining us today. So tell me about following your dreams.
Yeah, hi. Oh my gosh, it's such an honor to be here. I can't tell you how excited and thankful I am to have met you and being here. So for me, following your dreams, it can be as deep as we want it to be, right? We can say it figuratively, we can say it literally. Following my dreams is actually doing dream work. So that's kind of different. I really look at dreams as a powerful tool that can actually help you like tune in and be very aware of kind of where you're at, how you're feeling about something. And sometimes like just understanding how you're feeling or navigating through something can be super helpful resource, which can really help literally pave your road on how you're getting somewhere with your goals in life. As silly as that may sound, it's very, very true to me. I was actually researching dreams because I've been doing this for like over 20 years. So when I was like in high school and in my early 20s, I was doing a lot of reading on dreams, and I was just hyper excited about it and wanted to understand them. I just thought they were so cool and it was so amazing, and I really just wanted to understand dreams. But I was also at the same time really trying to understand myself and who I was and what I wanted and what my special gifts were or what I had to offer the world as well. that's been a constant balance for me pretty much this whole time with my dreams. One time I was reading a dream book, and it said in it that every being in your dream is an aspect of yourself. And I read that and I just was like, whoa, it really, really blew my mind. And I really had to sit and think about it. It just like really stuck with me. And I was thinking about it all day on and off. It just really stuck with me. And it just so happens that it was within that same week, I had a dream where I was kind of walking. I was on this journey to get under a building and get out the other side. And there was some shady characters under there. I was trying to just literally get out to the other side. And there was this guy, and he was really, really, really scary. He was angry. He had like a black trench coat on. He had dark circles under his eyes. He had dark hair. And I just thought my first instinct in my dream, just like it would be in life, was, oh my God, I got to run away. I got to get far away from this person. And because I had read that line in the book and it stuck with me so hard in my day world, somehow I had almost like a little lucid moment. And I remembered that line somehow from that book. I thought to myself, wait a minute, every being is a representation of yourself or an aspect of yourself. And I looked at that guy and I was like, no, there is no way that that's a part of me. There's no way that that's me. There's no way. And so not not fully realizing I was dreaming in the sense that, oh, I'm going to go fly or something. It was enough to be aware of like, oh, this is a person in my dream, but I was more intrigued to figure out what that person represented of me than understanding that I was dreaming on its own. What I did was I walked up and confronted this guy, and then I was able to match the feeling that he gave off to an emotion or a feeling that I had been dealing with. And I knew immediately, like intuition and everything, like I just knew immediately like what that feeling was. I recognized that feeling once I like got up to him and confronted him. And I realized it was that feeling that I was going through of feeling like I wasn't being heard in life. And being in your early 20s, a lot of early 20s probably navigate that to some degree because your elders still don't really respect your opinion. You're older, but like the younger group, they kind of, you don't fit in with them. They're not really going to listen. So, there's some of that going on in my life. And I thought, oh my God, it's true. And I just kind of did my own therapy, like my own healing and my own dream. It was literally that powerful. Like I walked up to him, I gave him a hug, and I said, "You are loved. You are heard. I hear you. I love you." And his whole character completely changed, and it was like he was a normal person. So it literally was like I used my dream to actually heal something within myself that I didn't fully acknowledge was like an actual issue behind that emotion. So that is why it just made my bond with dream work and my dreams that much stronger. It made me even more passionate about that not only being a thing, but about like really like getting even more into things with dreams. Yeah. But other than that, I think that as far as following your dreams, you can actually use dreams to kind of like use that as a tool, just like I had mentioned, acknowledging and really like fully understanding certain things about yourself that you may not be fully aware of, kind of help clear things off of your path or that might be blocking you or maybe doing more harm than good. And once you kind of clear those things off your plate or off your road, you're able to see a clearer path or feel lighter or feel like you have a little bit more growth or a little bit more freedom to have a better clarity of what you want or who you really are or what you're going to stand for, what you're not going to stand for, your morals. There's so many different things, and people don't realize how I look at dreams as like an inner guidance system, just like our intuition. A lot of people like have dreams that like something happens in their dream that happens in real life. I get asked a lot of those questions too. And your intuition is in your dreams. So I really feel like that's really kind of comes in that tool belt in life that we're born with. And I just think it's absolutely amazing. I grew up in Iowa, it's still there. Growing up like in my family, I didn't have a lot of, I guess, people that I could really talk to about that kind of stuff. Like, how do I know who I want to be or what I want to do, or just like a lot of things like that. And so I really had to kind of figure a lot of that out on my own, which I think a lot of people kind of do, like regardless. But throughout the years, I've really kind of used dream work to really check in with myself. Like, it could be something as simple as going to the grocery store and seeing somebody arguing with the cashier in front of you and it really affecting you or giving you anxiety or making you feel triggered or making you feel a particular way. And even though you don't think it's a big deal, you might go home and have a dream that you were kidnapped. And it's because that feeling that, whatever that event was that happened in your life gave you a feeling of a loss of control or, triggered you to think, you felt a particular way, but it just shows up in dream world as a different type of event. It's always reflecting those things back to you. So it's not just like some made up world, you know, of gobbledygook. It's actually like just giving you coded messages back about things that are bothering you. But yeah, I've been doing a dream interpretation for a long time, and I it's just like a staple in my life at this point, and it just brings me a lot of joy to teach others and share like how powerful dreams really can be. I think that it's super fun and amazing. It's just understanding a language. It's almost like learning a different language a little bit, but I actually make it really simple in the methods that I do it, in which I teach people. So I'm really, really excited to give that back to everybody so they can also apply these things to their life. Which is why I wrote my book, Interpreting Your Dreams, Your Personal Guide to Life and Dream Alignment. You can find it on Amazon or my Linktree. But in my book, I literally was like, I gotta get this out to people because everyone could be doing this. Anybody can do this. I promise you, you can do it. When I did the testing for this book, even teenagers were able to figure out their dreams. I make it that easy. There is a little bit of work though. I mean, you do have to do some introspect on some things. So you have to really think about how something or someone made you feel in your dream. But I literally sat down and thought, okay, I've been doing this for so long. How do I actually really do this? Because to me, it just comes naturally because I did all that research. I give you the tools and the method, the exact same simple method I use in this book for you to do this on yourself without having to have 20 years of experience or reading several hundred books. It's actually it's kind of like an interactive journal, like a dream journal, but it walks you through questions on asking you how you're moving through your dreams, who's in your dreams, what symbols are in your dreams, your environment. All those things are actually giving you a feeling. They're creating an emotion. Or like if are you dreaming of being in a storm? Are you feeling like things are pretty emotionally kind of stormy right now about a situation in your life? Or was it a crisp, clear, sunny day outside and you feel like you have, you're feeling pretty good or like you have clarity on something? So that's a perfect example of some of the things that I go over in this book that really help you easily break down what those things are telling you. And I can't wait for everybody to get their hands on it and dig in and let me know if they have questions on it. It's great.
I'm so happy, Laura, that you said about people having questions. So now I have a question. I want to tell you guys that number one, I was lucky enough to have Laura as one of the first women in my online Divine Femme Summit. So I couldn't help but to have her back. And so, Laura, one thing that I wanted to ask you about the book, by the way, congratulations on the book. I'm super excited. I cannot wait to get mine. But I wanted to ask about how easy for someone like me that, like, you know what, I have dreams and, you know, how easy is it for someone like me to just, someone that has know nothing, how easy is it for us to like interpret our dreams with your book?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. Just like any skill or any time you're learning something in life, whether you're going to school or you're learning how to be a nurse or anything like that, you do have to start somewhere and you have to build on that. And the more awareness and attention and goals you put into things, like the bigger that muscle's gonna get, right? So I feel like this is actually pretty simple. You don't have to have a ton of experience, or you can have zero experience. But just going into it, it might take you a minute to kind of warm up because it's a whole new perspective on dreams. Because most people, they have no idea. I get asked like, "Oh my God, I dreamt this duck attacked me. What the heck does that, mean?" But in here, I have these key pages to kind of give you a reference tool. So like I'll tell you what a duck means in here, and then we'll kind of put together like the actual movements, like the duck was chasing you. So take what a duck means and how that made you feel, and him and the duck chasing you, and what that really actually felt like. That is reflecting that feeling from something that's happening in your life. And once you kind of recognize that and put two and two together, boom, there you go. You literally just deciphered your own dream. It's as easy as that. But I also take it further, and you can go as slow as you want with this book, and you can do several 50, 100, 20, whatever dreams. You can do whatever dream, however many dreams you want. But when you get comfortable and you're feeling like pretty good about it, and you build that up a little bit, you can start thinking about other things like, okay, I kind of understand this now. What do I do? What do I do with it now that I know this? So I kind of go over that, like, what are the next steps? So now I know what this dream means. What do I do with that information? So I talk about that. I talk about actually aligning your life with your dream life. And that's why it says your personal guide to life and dream alignment, because you can really use your dreams as literally like kind of like a partner in life. You can use your dreams to help gauge you where you're at on things. You can actually have real dream goals, okay? And I know that might sound silly, but you can, because once you start really understanding your dreams, you can start to have a little bit more power or empowerment, really, with your dream world. If you decide that you want to do more lucid dreaming, there's things that you can do. There's habits and tools and things that you can do to start setting up that and supporting that goal. Which is like, try focusing on something for as long as you can, because the more you're able to focus and concentrate on something, the more you're more likely able to realize you're dreaming when you're dreaming, because you are able to be aware of one thing for a long time. So there's little things like that. I talk about that in the book. Maybe you have a lot of nightmares and you don't want to have nightmares anymore, right? So maybe you're coming up and maybe thinking about the goal that you have, like, instead of like having more nightmares, I'd really like to have more dreams where I'm getting more healing messages, right? So you can start doing things, and I kind of have a couple of ideas and things in there in the book on how you can kind of start understanding what your goal is, and then really thinking about those habits and things that you can change to really support that. And if you work hand in hand kind of with seeing what your dream life is telling you, because your dream life is always telling you, it's reflecting back about your waking life, you can really start to have such a better awareness and more clarity about what triggers you, what bothers you, what's making you feel a certain way. Think what should you do about it? How do you change that? How do you feel better about those things? How do you get a different perspective on those things? So Yeah, I mean, it's pretty easy, but over time, when you do it long enough, you're gonna get so good at it. You're just gonna get so good at it.
Ooh, I cannot wait for this book. I'm like, I can't wait to be on your level. But Laura, you were talking about partnering. So, for those of you that don't know, Laura, as I said before, is also a certified tarot reader. So, Laura, how do you partner tarot reading with dream interpretation?
Yeah, this is such a great question because I wanted to do this, and at first I wasn't really sure how. I thought I had to have a special spread for the dream, but I found one I really liked, but I didn't fully like it because, I can just interpret the dream on its own. I don't need the cards. So what I actually do with the cards is I'll do the dream interpretation and then we'll bring the cards in and just it helps just offer us a little bit more insight or clarity around the situation on what the dream is coming from or what the dream was trying to tell you. So if you dreamt that that duck was trying to chase you and you were scared, maybe you're having anxiety, or maybe you feel like you're getting attacked about in a situation in life. We'll pull the cards out and say, just like any other kind of tarot reading, we just kind of ask and go with it and just say, if you want to know where this anxiety is coming from because you're not sure, or if you want to know how can you go about alleviating how you're perceiving a situation, or how to help you, stop some of those habits of um, whatever it is that you may be doing that's creating the anxiety or someone else is doing. And we'll pull the cards on that and kind of give that extra layer of clarity, of more of an action plan, of an idea on how to, just add that extra oomph to understanding your situation even better.
Wow, that's really cool. I love that. I love getting to know that. I didn't really realize that our dreams could have so much of an impact in our lives. That's really cool. And Laura, you know what? Why don't you tell the audience? Because, like, how did I find Laura? So I'll let you guys know. I found Laura on TikTok. Well, actually, she found me. So, like, TikTok, you'd be super, super surprised how there was this one gentleman that said, nobody supports you more than a stranger on the internet. And when you do the type of work that, or the type of passion that we do, you know, it's kind of, I don't know if you've had this, Laura, but like our families look at us like we're kind of bonkers.
Yeah, I get the hunch sometimes. Like, that's good for you. Okay.
Yes. And I want to let everybody know, how can they find you?
Yeah, so my Linktree has literally everything in it. I have my TikTok handle, my Facebook, my Instagram. I do have a Facebook business page, but I also have a lovely Facebook group where people can kind of come and ask some dream questions. And as I have time, I go in and answer those for folks. And it's pretty cool. I also do lives on TikTok. So if you want to see me live and come on in and type out some questions, or come on up in a box and let's do a dream, we can totally talk about your dreams and I help you figure out why you dreamt what you dreamt. And then I also do private appointment. You may not want everybody to know what you dreamt about. I know, like, the Facebook group has like an anonymous option that you can post, so everyone doesn't know it's you asking. But you can't really do that on TikTok unless you're kind of using like a backup account or something. Regardless, it's so nice to have that full like hour of just sitting talking about the dream, kind of asking some questions back and forth, and like really getting to the bottom. You have my full attention and we literally lay it out and figure it all out. It's I love that, just that one-on-one time where we can do those things. And that is in my scheduler, which you can also find in my link tree. And I will be having some stuff coming up down the pipeline too that I'm pretty excited about.
And I got to see like some of the start of your stuff that you got going on. I'm super excited. So guys, if you want to get in touch with Laura, go check out her Facebook. The Dream group is amazing, as well as check out her readings and her dream interpretation lives. Those are amazing as well. But you can just look in the description box on this podcast, and you can get all of Laura's information. So again, Laura, thank you so, so much for doing the Divine Femme for me a second time. Everybody, have a beautiful evening and happy healing.